Winston Churchill stands as one of history's most formidable leaders, a figure whose words echoed through the dark days of World War II, inspiring a nation and rallying the world against tyranny. His speeches, laden with resolve and eloquence, became a lifeline for millions, a beacon of hope amidst despair. Yet, behind the curtain of this monumental oratory lay a fascinating story of collaboration and adaptation, particularly involving the voice of Norman Shelley, a talented actor whose vocal prowess brought Churchill's stirring words to life when the Prime Minister was otherwise occupied. Churchill's wartime addresses were not merely speeches. They were lifelines, crafted with a meticulous blend of rhetoric and emotion. From the somber tones of his "We shall fight on the beaches" to the defiant "Their finest hour," these speeches were designed to galvanize a nation on the brink of collapse. However, the reality of governance during wartime meant that Churchill was often ensnared in meetings, strategy sessions, and diplomatic engagements. The relentless pace of the war left little room for the Prime Minister to step away and deliver these crucial messages directly to the public. Enter Norman Shelley, a voice actor with a remarkable ability to mimic Churchill's distinctive cadence and gravitas. Shelley was not merely an impersonator, he was an artist capable of capturing the very essence of Churchill's spirit. The BBC, recognizing the necessity of ensuring that Churchill's words reached the masses even in his absence, turned to Shelley. This partnership marked a unique intersection of politics and performance, where the stakes were nothing less than the morale of a nation. The process was not without its challenges. Shelley had to immerse himself in Churchill's speeches, studying the nuances of his delivery, the inflections that conveyed strength, reassurance, and urgency. Each broadcast required Shelley to channel not just the words but the very heart of Churchill's message. As he practiced, he found himself not just reciting lines, but embodying the resilience and determination that characterized Churchill's leadership. The weight of responsibility was palpable. Every word had the power to uplift or discourage, to inspire courage or sow doubt. Listeners tuning into the radio could hardly distinguish between the two voices. Shelley's performance was so authentic that many believed they were hearing Churchill himself. This seamless transition allowed the country to remain connected to their leader, even when he was physically absent. The speeches resonated deeply, providing a sense of continuity and assurance during a time when uncertainty loomed large. People gathered around their radios, hanging on every word, as Shelley's voice transported them into the world of their Prime Minister, even if it was through the medium of an actor. As the war progressed, the collaboration between Churchill and Shelley evolved. Churchill's speeches became more than mere announcements. They were rallying cries, and Shelley became an integral part of that narrative. It was a testament to the power of voice in shaping public sentiment. When Shelley delivered lines such as "We shall never surrender," listeners felt the weight of those words, the promise of resilience and defiance that Churchill had intended. The relationship between the two men was largely unspoken, but profound. Churchill, with his commanding presence and indomitable spirit, had entrusted his words to Shelley, who understood the gravity of the role he played. In a way, Shelley became an extension of Churchill's voice, ensuring that the Prime Minister's resolve reached the hearts of those who needed it most. In retrospect, this partnership highlights an essential truth about leadership and communication. It was not merely the words themselves that mattered, but how they were delivered, the emotions they evoked, and the connections they forged. Norman Shelley, through his artistry, ensured that Churchill's legacy was not just preserved, but amplified, resonating through the airwaves and into the hearts of millions. In the annals of history, both Churchill and Shelley stand as symbols of resilience, reminding us that even in the darkest times, words have the power to unite, inspire, and ignite the spirit of hope.